I trust in Shane Beamer, his decision-making. I know you do as well. But if things continue the way they are, would you – I guess I'll ask you this. Would you be open to South kind of making a change at OC? Or do you think there needs to be like, okay, we need to at least give him another year to see if the system can be picked up on and, improvements can be made, if a roster upgrade slightly can help out? Because, again, these guys get paid a lot of money. And I don't think, by the way, just because they get paid a lot of money, that doesn't excuse. These are still human beings. Like, and that's not like you can just, throw them around. Whatever. They're still human beings. But, in college football now, you just don't get that time. You just don't. And we were talking about it Saturday. It's the culture of college football where you're not getting a job done. And we've seen it at other schools. Heck, Texas Tech, by the way, I don't know if you saw this. They just fired their head coach after 2.5 seasons. You're not getting very long to get the job done anymore. So if things continue the way they have, which I think would probably mean you go 4-8, honestly. If you don't improve any on offense, you're 5-7, maybe. Would you? I guess the question is, would you bat an eye at Shane Beamer going a different direction at OC? I mean, do you think he needs to have another year to get it going? I mean, your overall take on the offensive coordinator situation, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't fire him now, but I think if you don't see any discernible progress in the next 5 weeks, I think it's definitely something that's up for discussion. And I would also tell you it's probably based. I think the decision should be based entirely on who you're going to get, because I wouldn't necessarily part with Satterfield unless I knew I had a better option.
Right. Very good point.
Because you don't want to okay, he's gone. Now who are we going to get?
Right.
If you don't have that target sitting there right now, I don't know that I would make a snap judgment like that. And not even that it's a snap judgment, and again, if you see no improvement over the next 4 weeks, I don't think you can bring him back simply because, and it's not anything against him. I mean, he's been an offensive coordinator before and it's worked. It just didn't work here. And so if that's the case, I mean, that's just the case. That's what happens.
And I think, Alex, the other piece in this too, and we haven't brought a lot of light to this because I don't like shedding a lot of light on Facebook group rumors and message board banter, but I feel like over the last 2 weeks or so, I've started to hear more and more from people that I really trust around Gamecocks football. And I'll just say this, and I'm sure you'd agree. If there's any staff, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Turmoil?
Staff turmoil, guys not getting along with certain staff members who aren't getting the job done. I think that changes the complexion of the, it's you're all working towards a common goal. We've all been on a team and had a teammate we didn't like. I mean, that's a given, right? But if it's to a point where it is affecting, let's just call workplace morale, or it is affecting everybody else doing their jobs, and there are very valuable, disgruntled staff members in regard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that could be a whole separate piece of this thing that, again, I, or nobody else really knows about. Only Shane Beamer and those in the building are familiar with. So, hey, you can be an asshole if you're really, really good. Look at Steve Spurrier. I mean, is he the most likable guy to everybody? Not necessarily, but when you win, it's a lot different. You can't be an asshole and your offense have 6 yards late in the third quarter. And I'll just leave it at that.
No, that's a very, very fair point.